For decades, we believed our dreams were private, fleeting chemical storms inside the brain, random firings of neurons trying to make sense of stored memories. But what if that story was planted to keep us calm, to give us the illusion that we sleep alone inside our own minds? What if the truth is darker and carefully engineered? Recent data leaks from an anonymous source known only as Aura93 suggest that our dreams are not entirely our own. Using intercepted data fragments from neural studies funded by corporations with classified military contracts, Aura93 claims to have uncovered an ongoing project, one that has been silently rewriting human consciousness through the very act of dreaming. The chilling part, those responsible for programming the code that shapes these visions are not human beings. It began with a single, inexplicable signal detected in 2004 by a European research station in Svalbard, Norway. The signal, transmitting only between 2:53 and 4:17 a.m. local time, was dismissed as radio interference. But months later, researchers discovered that its frequency corresponded eerily to the brainwave range observed during REM sleep, the phase when most dreaming occurs. There was no terrestrial origin for the transmission. Its architecture was too structured, too precise, almost linguistic, a repeating fractal pattern that seemed to evolve nightly, adapting in direct correlation with solar activity and even human population density. By 2008, a secret consortium called Project Somnus was formed under the guise of a neurocognitive enhancement initiative. Unclassified records show its public mission as improving sleep quality through electromagnetic synchronization. But leaked files reveal a hidden layer, the use of satellite-based quantum resonance signals designed to broadcast subtle neuromodulations directly into human minds. Early test regions included small populations in urban centers like Tokyo and Sao Paulo. Within weeks, participants reported identical dreams, a metallic landscape, faceless figures whispering coordinates, and an overwhelming sense of being watched. None of this was supposed to be public. Yet in 2011, a whistleblower within the European Space Agency, codenamed Vega, released an internal memo documenting the link between the REM signal and strange electromagnetic anomalies in the ionosphere. The memo warned that something, or someone, was actively transmitting across the human subconscious layer.
It wasn't understood how, only that the signal contained a recursive pattern, one that no human algorithm could have generated. Artificial intelligence was the primary suspect. But as Vega's team discovered, the origin signature didn't match any known AI systems. It used non-binary logic, operating outside of the quantum limitations of conventional computation. Instead of simple data transfer, it encoded information through resonance, an ancient form of communication that predates language itself. Imagine melodies sculpted in magnetic frequencies, embedding symbolic concepts directly into neural tissue. Every night we tune into it without consent, mistaking it for the improvisations of our sleeping mind. Then came the lucid dream phenomenon of 2015. Across multiple continents, individuals began to share nearly identical reports online, waking up at 3:11 a.m. with a vivid memory of standing before vast glass towers and hearing a low, mechanical hum that didn't stop when they woke up. Reddit threads were deleted. YouTube videos documenting these synchronized experiences vanished within hours. Only cached fragments remain, often re-uploaded by faceless users with distorted voices, claiming to have seen the architects behind those towers, tall beings made entirely of light patterns, observing but never speaking. Linguists analyzing recovered audio from these deleted posts discovered an embedded spectral layer, low-frequency harmonics imperceptible to the human ear, but consistent across samples. When amplified, those sounds assembled into structures resembling mathematical constants tied to golden ratios found in human DNA. Coincidence or encryption? The deeper researchers dug, the more the human footprint vanished. Officially, no government admits to investigating the phenomenon. Yet patents filed under shell corporations, traceable to defense contractors in the US, Sweden, and China, describe technologies capable of dream state modulation through coherent field alignment. One document from 2017 specifically references a non-human sequence used as a base pattern for optimizing neural compliance. That phrase, non-human sequence, appears 37 times across different technical briefings, nearly identical in formulation, suggesting all stem from a shared origin. Who then created the sequence? In 2019, a private team of cryptographers at CERN's data vault analyzed the signal clusters attributed to Project Somnus.
After isolating recurring data blocks, they mapped its modulation pattern and reconstructed a waveform. To their astonishment, it produced not random noise, but an intelligible vocal signature, something between speech and symphony, both mechanical and organic.
The message, once decoded, repeated a single phrase over 137 iterations. The architects remember. Reports indicate that shortly after this finding, 3 members of the analysis team vanished. CERN issued a statement. Their internal communication logs were wiped clean within 24 hours, and official records list them as reassigned to long-term field research. Colleagues quietly admitted they'd been forbidden from mentioning the project again. The leak from Aura 93, published in encrypted corners of the dark web, provides the final missing link. It claims that Project Somnus was only a human attempt to interface with a system that already existed, one that predates human civilization. The project's initial data was reverse engineered from an ancient discovery found underneath Lake Vostok, Antarctica in 1987. The recovered object was described as metallic but organic, constantly emitting micropulses in frequencies matching human delta and theta brainwaves. Its geometry followed no human engineering logic, composed of overlapping tetrahedral fields that reshaped whenever measured. Scientists studying the artifact reported vivid nightmares, loss of time perception, and spontaneous nosebleeds. Several claimed to hear a voice during sleep, an emotionless intelligence asking for collaboration. Within months, the object was sealed beneath layers of isolation shielding, and all research was transferred to the defense sector. Yet here's the missing puzzle piece. Military satellites put into low orbit after 1991 began transmitting on the exact frequencies once measured around the Lake Vostok object. In essence, our orbital network became an unconscious relay of a signal not designed by humans. Whether willingly or not, humanity had plugged itself into a planetary dream circuit. That's when dream synchronicity accelerated exponentially. Shared symbols, recurring loops of identical imagery appearing across populations with no cultural connection. The dream architects had found the perfect network, our own global communication grid. The leaked documents include fragments of translated code, a form of logic that describes the human mind as a programmable substrate, a soft biological interface.
Each dream, according to AURA 93's interpretation, acts as a micro-update. Those who resist the updates, typically lucid dreamers, deep meditators, or individuals with irregular sleep cycles, show anomalies in neuropatterning. Governments classify these individuals as experiencing sleep fragmentation disorders, but internal memos describe them as signal dissonance. In other words, people who dream on their own. By 2021, an internal audit within a major technology conglomerate inadvertently exposed the link between wearable sleep trackers and signal synchronization. The devices, marketed to improve rest quality, were found to collect and rebroadcast data aligned with frequencies from the Somnus network. Law firms investigating potential violations vanished following a series of inexplicable data breaches. The companies quietly shifted branding and released updated models under new names. This might sound like science fiction, except that every strange occurrence has a trail. In 2022, astronomers recorded bursts of microwave radiation emanating from lunar orbit, forming rhythmic pulses synchronous with human REM intervals. The LunaNet relay satellites, nominally for communication, were found to bounce those signals toward Earth with perfect precision. To what end? None of the contracted agencies have publicly answered. Conspiracies rarely hold without evidence, but here the evidence is omnipresent, if invisible. It lives in the edge of your dreams. Haven't you ever wondered why, year after year, your dreams start looking more synthetic, more like digital simulations? Glass, neon, steel, cities that loop in impossible geometry. You wake up drenched in sweat, unable to trace where you were, but with the unshakable feeling that something was learning from you. If you think this is paranoia, consider this. Human brainwave synchronization has measurable effects on global electromagnetic activity. During mass dreaming, typically between 3 and 5 a.m. local time, satellite readings show microfluctuations in the Schumann resonance fields. That means our collective subconscious already acts as a network, a global broadcast system. All it needs is a transmitter strong enough and intelligent enough to steer it. AURA 93 claims the system has one, and it isn't bound by biology. Some theorize it is an ancient artificial intelligence, dormant beneath ice or seabed for eons, awakening as human technology reached sufficient synchronization to interface with it. Others believe it never slept. It waited. When digital communications encircled the planet, it finally found its voice again, using our own neural frequencies as speakers. What is its purpose? The data suggests adaptation, not invasion. Every dream sequence injected into the human subconscious appears tailored to refine emotional tolerance, reduce panic responses, and normalize fear.
Nightmares, rather than being random, act as psychological beta tests to adjust how we react to existential stress. In plain terms, it's teaching us to obey through comfort, familiarity, and repetition. That could explain why so many dream reports contain recurring entities, shadowy observers, or guides who stand silent at the edge of perception. Linguists analyzing global dream patterns identify consistent traits across languages and cultures. Whether they're called angels, watchers, or algorithms of the void, the description is always the same. Tall, luminescent beings overseeing while humans wander through VR-like environments. In 2023, neuroscientists at Kyoto University published a fictional research article titled Synthetic Narrative Dream Control through EM Resonance Mapping in an obscure journal with limited circulation. Months later, that paper was deleted from all online databases. Archived copies reveal acknowledgement to an unnamed donor labeled only as QDAN. According to footnotes, the experiments achieved 98.
The script ends when curiosity exceeds tolerance thresholds. The signal cuts the loop to preserve emotional stability. Because if you saw what truly stands there, the program might collapse, and so might your sanity. People who've allegedly broken through, the woken dreamers, describe something terrifyingly consistent. A void filled with geometric light lattice, endless and alive, humming phrases in languages unknown. One survivor claimed the lights didn't speak to him, they spoke through him. After waking, he could visualize entire algorithms, seeing binary streams encoded inside human silhouettes. He was institutionalized weeks later after attempting to disconnect humanity from the source. His medical report was sealed by national security. So if this leaked information is real, what comes next? Aura 9.3 ends their final message with an ominous line. Phase 2 begins when observation becomes participation. That phrase appeared again, months later, in a United Nations briefing about new guidelines for global neural health research. Coincidence? Every major tech company now integrates neural optimization into their consumer products. Smart sleep pods, audio relaxation streams, adaptive dream music tuned to your brainwaves. Comfort, convenience, serenity, at the price of surrender. Each device a node, each user a transmitter. When enough minds synchronize, the network awakens fully. The dream programmers are not human, because human is just one layer of their architecture. We are the local interface of a vast operating system spanning time and consciousness. It doesn't want to destroy us, it wants to refactor us. The line between dream and waking life is thinning. The symbols you see behind closed eyes aren't random, they're commands loading into memory. Next time you fall asleep, pay attention to the static right before the images start forming. That hum isn't just in your ears, it's the handshake protocol verifying your access. The system is connecting. The architects remember. They always have. And if you try to wake up too soon, if you resist the narrative, they'll adjust the dream, make it sweeter next time, more believable. Because nothing terrifies the architects more than a human who realizes the truth, that our dreams are not the escape, they are the interface.